Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the AKNIGHT AK2113. Let's start out with the wrist check. I'm wearing a Pagani Design PD1705, and Grogu is wearing my G-Shock GD350. Grogu heard a student singing a Life Day carol. He was singing, "Star Wars is over, if you want it. Just watch Star Trek, it's way more peaceful." Grogu was appalled. He said, if Star Wars is over, then we'll have to quit the Academy and take up Nerf herding. Alright, let's open the box. As you can see, it's very Benya-like. It's got this little sleeve. And then it's got this magnet clasp case. Very Benya-like. And here's the watch. This is the first AKNIGHT on my channel. I've been pronouncing it AKNIGHT, but one would think the K is silent, so it's probably pronounced AKNIGHT. Either way, I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm notoriously bad at pronouncing words I've never heard from the spelling. I'm not going to go into the history of the Tiffany Blue Rolex OP. Let's just say that this AKNIGHT is an homage to that watch, with the major difference being that this has a date. This is also a hair smaller and a quartz watch. There are quite a few OP homages in the AliExpress world, but very few quartz. Not everyone wants an automatic watch, and at $30, this is about $20 cheaper than a Benya automatic equivalent, which is going to be very similar other than the movement. The watch is 30.8 millimeters at the bezel, 39.5 millimeters at the case, 48.4 millimeters lug to lug, 53.5 millimeters at the protruding end links. It is 11.5 millimeters thick, has a 20 millimeter lug width, and weighs 117 grams on the supplied bracelet with 4 links removed. Yes, you heard that, 4 links. So this is a big bracelet. The bezel is smooth and polished and more than likely chrome plated like the case. And then we have the dial. The dial is flat with no sunburst effect. The only sunburst you see is from the crystal. Then we have the AKNIGHT name and logo up top. Then it says 5 ATM water resistant, Japan movement. Then we have the indices. We got the baton indices of an OP with the double batons at the major indices, which is on par for the new OPs. And then we have a date at the 3, which OPs do not have. And then we have the stick hands of an OP, and then we have a second hand that is not loomed, and if you look closely, there is a counterbalance of the AKNIGHT logo. The crown is a push-pull. You're only getting 50 meters water resistance, so no screw down. This is a Japanese Miyota movement, so your minute hand doesn't jump when you push in the crown, which is always a plus on a cheap quartz watch from AliExpress. Then the crystal is just glass and it's flat, and it barely sticks up above the bezel. And then the case is a chrome plated alloy. You usually don't get stainless steel at this price. The biggest problem with chrome plated watches is they usually don't match the steel bracelets that they have, so there's a big difference on the coloring there. Then the case back is steel, and it's a press on, because once again you only get 5 ATM of water resistance, so no screw down. Then it says Japan movement, water resistant, and then stainless steel back. Stainless steel back is another tell that the case is not. Then you got the AKNIGHT logo and the model number. The movement is a Miyota movement. The says Japan movement on the dial, so one would assume that it was going to have a Miyota. But the AliExpress ad said Seagull ST06, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, that's not a Japan movement. So I went ahead and popped the case, and sure enough, it's a Miyota. So they have the ad wrong on the AliExpress. I really wish they would have done that, because then I wouldn't have gone through the effort of popping the case back. And the bracelet is still, we got solid end links. And then we got just your basic oyster style and without polished center links. And then we have push pin adjusters. And once again, I removed 4 to fit on my wrist, so plenty of links. And then the clasp, though, we don't have any micro adjusts. It's just your basic press clasp. I really wish it had micro adjust, because these links aren't huge, but they're not tiny either. So getting a good fit's always important. Here's the watch of my 7.5-inch wrist. It looks nice. It's a nice looking watch. And once again, I removed 4 links. So you should be able to wear this if you have an 8.5, not maybe even a 9-inch wrist. So yeah. Here we are in the Lume room. You're not going to get great Lume on a $30 watch, but let's see if it is at least decent for the price. As we speed up the time, the indices fade instantly, but the hands are what matter, and the hands are doing much better. Not great Lume, but decent for the price. What do I like about this watch? Well, I like the looks. It's a very nice looking watch. I like the fact that the bracelet's plenty long. And I like the fact that when you press in the crown, the minute hand doesn't jump, which a lot of cheap quartz watches it does. What are my gripes and groans? No micro adjust on the clasp. And please fix the AliExpress ad so it doesn't say it has a seagull movement when it has a Miyota. And the index Lume is just a joke. Hardly any Lume at all. Do I recommend this watch? Yes, it's a nice LP homage that looks good and wears nice. It should do the trick for someone who doesn't want to spend a lot of money and also wants the convenience of a quartz watch. Well, thank you for watching my review of the AKNIGHT-2113. And I will be back with a unboxing. I got 2 watches in the mail today, so I'll probably film that right after this one. So I have a feeling the wrist check's going to be the same. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. Bye.